we're going to be going over the new top 5 meta loadouts you should be using here in Black Ops 6. I will be going over both 5 as well as 8 attachment loadouts. If that sounds good, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications to be with any and all best class setups as well as settings. For class setup number 1, we are going to be breaking down the AS-VAL, one of the fastest killing assault rifles in Black Ops 6. All my class setups are going to be early level unlock friendly because I understand not everybody has all the guns max level. For the first attachment, we are going to utilize a barrel, and the suppressed long barrel is a massive W, taking you off the radar when firing and also bumping up that damage range. Now we are going to run an underbarrel, and the vertical foregrip is incredibly important to improve that horizontal recoil control so we can outgun players at longer ranges. Now we have to run a magazine because this weapon only has 20 rounds by default, which is criminal, and extended mag 2 is going to be a great choice, bumping up that ammo capacity. I highly recommend running a rear grip on this setup, and the commando foregrip is going to be great, improving sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed, which is very important here. If you're not maximizing sprint to fire speed, you will be getting outgunned at close ranges, often here in Black Ops 6. And then finally, we are going to be utilizing a stock for the 5 attachment class setup, and we're going to be rocking the balance stock to enhance that close range performance with improved strafing movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. A massive W on this assault rifle. Now, if you choose to run more attachments, I do recommend putting on a fire mod, and the recoil springs is going to help out at longer ranges even more, improving more vertical as well as horizontal recoil on the AS-VAL. And what you also want to do if you don't like the iron sights is run an optic, and the Kevlar Microflex is going to be a great choice, cleaning up that optic picture. Going into the firing range, I'm going to showcase both class setups depending on how much you want to run. You guys can see here, very easy to use at any and all ranges with the 7 attachment class setup. And if you do not want to rock the iron sight, and you also do not want to utilize the recoil spring, I'm going to showcase how effective this is with just the 5 attachment. Overall, a great build, and honestly, you can't go wrong with the AS-VAL here in Black Ops 6. For class setup number 2, we are going to be rocking with the KSV. Overall, a very solid submachine gun, fast fire rate, fast TTK. It's like a mini AS-VAL. For the muzzle, we have to rock the compensator to take control of the vertical recoil here. This weapon does have a lot of recoil. This is going to be a mandatory attachment for this submachine gun. Now, for the barrel, we are going to utilize the long barrel to improve that damage range. Black Ops 6 currently is a very AR dominant Call of Duty, so now we can go ahead and improve an SMG's long range performance. We're definitely going to get that done. Now, for the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the vertical foregrip. This is going to work hand in hand with the muzzle, improving horizontal recoil control. We went ahead and took care of vertical recoil control with the compensator. The vertical foregrip is going to take care of that horizontal, making this weapon easy to use. Now, for the magazine, we have to rock extended mag 1 to bump up that ammo capacity. This weapon does not have enough ammo by default. It has a very fast fire rate, so this is going to be a great choice here, and it's also not going to destroy our handling. Now, for the rear grip, we are going to be utilizing the commando grip, a great early level unlock to take advantage of sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. Definitely a great attachment for a submachine gun. Now, if you choose to rock more attachments here, I do recommend putting on a stock and to put on the combat stock. It's a little bit of a later unlock, not too late, but this is going to be great, bumping up more flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed, so you can run and gun and go crazy at those close ranges. If you don't have this unlocked, feel free to go ahead and put on the infiltrator stock to bump up more aim walking movement speed, but that's going to be it. Now, what you also want to do is run a fire mod, and we're definitely taking advantage of recoil springs so we can bring down a lot of that vertical as well as horizontal recoil with this weapon. Definitely go ahead and put this on your class setup. I'm actually going to showcase this weapon without an optic just in case you like the iron sights. I honestly like the iron sights on this submachine gun, and as you guys can see here, this class setup is going to be incredibly easy to control. Now, if you do want to go ahead and run an optic, I recommend going ahead and putting on the Kevlar Microflex, which is going to be a good choice here. You guys can see, very easy to use. and overall, in my opinion, probably the easiest class setup to take advantage of with the KSV. But if you only want to run 5 attachments, you're going to take off the combat stock as well as the recoil springs and just rock the 5 attachments before that. And you guys are going to see here, this class is still going to be very, very easy to use. For class setup number 3, we are going to use the Model L. This is 100% the best assault rifle in the entire game. We are running an optic and the Kepler Microflex, very easy to use and definitely something you should rock on this no recoil god gun. Now, for the muzzle, I do recommend running a suppressor here. This weapon already has low recoil, so taking this off the radar is going to be an added benefit. For the barrel, I recommend putting on the long barrel here to make sure this weapon is even more overpowered at longer ranges, improving that damage range. Now, we are going to run an underbarrel on this class setup, and the vertical foregrip is going to be a massive W, making this weapon even easier across the map with improved horizontal recoil control. Now, we're going to skip over the magazine if you want to rock the 5 attachment build, and we're going to jump right over to the rear grip, and we're going to utilize the commando grip to take advantage of sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. Very important on AR, so you can go ahead and win those close range gunfights. Now, this is going to be the 5 attachment class setup. If you do want to run more attachments, definitely go ahead and run a magazine. Put in that extended mag 1 so we can have more ammo, take out more players on the team, and also go ahead and run a stock here, and the balanced stock is going to be a great choice. This is going to be allowing us to have improved strafing movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and aim walking movement speed, literally going ahead and borderline transforming this into an AR SMG hybrid. And what you also want to do is go to the fire mods and put on the recoil springs to remove all recoil with this assault rifle. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see here, this class setup is disgusting. It doesn't have any recoil. Like it's a point and shoot laser beam. It is outrageous how overpowered this gun is. Now I'm going to go ahead and showcase what this class setup can do if you only wanted to run 5 attachments on here, which is also a good build. But realistically, I would go ahead and utilize all the attachments you can on this weapon, because I mean, it's going to be amazing. It's still good with 5 attachments, but it's even better when you add a little bit more kick to it. For class setup number 4, we have the TANTO 22. This submachine gun hits like a truck. Definitely go ahead and check it out. I don't like the iron sights on this weapon, so the Kepler Microflex is going to be my choice. I will have a class setup without the optic if you don't like to run an optic. Now, for the muzzle, I do recommend putting on the compensator to remove all recoil here. Now, for the barrel, we are utilizing the long barrel again. Whenever we can rock a long barrel on a submachine gun, that's going to be improving the damage range. We're definitely going to go ahead and get that done. For the underbarrel, rocking the vertical foregrip, this is going to be the best underbarrel to use on all the weapons here in Black Ops 6 currently. Now, if you do want to go ahead and utilize the 5 attachment build, skip over the magazine and go right to the rear grip and run the commando grip, which is going to be improving sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, making the submachine gun even nastier than it already was at those closer ranges. Now, if you want to go ahead and rock the gunfighter setup, we are going to be running a magazine here. The flip mag is going to be a good choice, so we have a faster reload, which is definitely nice. We also are going to be running a stock, and I recommend going ahead and putting on the balanced stock to improve that strafing movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. If you don't have this unlocked, go ahead and rock the infiltrator until you get it unlocked. And we are going to run a fire mod, and we are going to be rocking rapid fire to take this weapon to the next level. Once you go ahead and build this class setup and jump into the firing range, it is going to be a joke how overpowered it is, because we have a faster firing submachine gun that's going to be able to kill in 3 bullets, and it literally doesn't have any recoil with a fast reload. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and utilize just the 5 attachment class setup, you're going to have to remove rapid fire, you're going to have to remove the balance stock, and also remove the flip mag. Again, it's going to be an okay setup. I honestly like running the gunfighter here in Black Ops 6, because some of these weapons, even though they are good with just 5 attachments, they're even better with running additional attachments. But let's just say you want to go ahead and use the iron sights, remove the Kepler, and go ahead and put on a fire mod, run rapid fire. You're going to see here that we still have a build that, for the most part, it's going to be controllable. It's not going to be as controllable as the additional attachment class setup, but it is going to be packing a punch nonetheless. You honestly can't go wrong with this submachine gun. And finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the JACKAL PDW. This weapon was great in the beta, and it's also fantastic here in the game official release. Now, we're not going to run an optic. If you do have the variant, you do not have to utilize an optic. If you don't, I have a class that you guys should definitely check out. Because of the variant, we're going to start off with the muzzle, and you could rock either the suppressor or the compensator, depending on if you need more vertical recoil control or if you want to be off the map. I like to be off the map with this submachine gun. For the barrel, we are going to rock the long barrel. Go ahead and bump up that damage range so we can outgun assault rifle players. For the underbarrel, we are utilizing the good old vertical foregrip to increase that horizontal recoil control. I do like to run a magazine on this submachine gun. Extended mag 1 is going to be your only option here, bumping up that capacity just in case you take on more than one person at the same time. And then finally, if you wanted to rock the 5 attachment build, we are going to run a rear grip, and I do recommend going ahead and putting on the ergonomic grip here. It's going to be a later level unlock on the JACKAL PDW, so if you don't have it unlocked, the commando foregrip is going to be a great choice, going ahead and bumping up aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. But this is going to be doing a little bit more, improving that slide to fire speed, dive to fire speed, and aim down sight speed. This weapon has crazy mobility. This is going to be a great choice with this submachine gun. Now, if you want to run more attachments, I do recommend going ahead and running a stock here. The combat stock to improve more flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed is definitely going to be a nice attachment. And definitely go ahead and run a fire mod and put on recoil springs. This gun does have a little bit of kick to it, to go ahead and minimize that as much as possible. This is going to be the class setup if you want to maximize all the attachments. If you have the variant like I do, as you guys can see here, this weapon is going to be controllable, and that's overall going to be a massive W. Now, if you do not have the variant, I do recommend going ahead and putting on an optic and rocking that Kepler Microflex. I'm gonna go ahead and showcase the class setup with this. Again, a little bit easier to use depending on if you have the variant. And honestly, even if you do have the variant, maybe you want to run an optic, this is going to be a good setup. And if you only want to run 5 attachments, you're going to have to go ahead and remove, obviously, the optic. You're going to have to remove the combat stock, and you're also going to have to remove the recoil springs here, which is going to be giving you a build with only 5 attachments that is going to be still controllable. It's going to have a little bit more recoil, but it's going to be overall allowing you to run and gun and go crazy and absolutely dominate lobbies. These are going to be the top 5 loadouts to check out right now here in Black Ops 6. I'm going to go ahead and showcase all of the perks as well as the wild cards I use. I rock the Strider .22, but in all reality, whenever I can find a gun off the ground, I always swap this weapon out for that. I have on the combat knife, stim shot, frag grenade, assault pack. I'm running scavenger, assassin, bankroll, and I have enforcer enabled because I'm running 3 perks under the same family, and gunfighter, which allows me to have more than 5 attachments. Now, if I was only running a 5 attachment class setup, what you want to do is put on perk greed. Sometimes it's going to glitch out and it's going to automatically have dexterity here, and there's no way you can change it. But you want to put on ghost, which is going to remove you from the mini map when you are moving. So definitely go ahead and rock this class setup. You guys can see here some of the perks are kind of glitched out. It's a little bit annoying. Hopefully they can fix it. The ideal combo would be scavenger, assassin, bankroll, as well as ghost. But these class setups are going to be great if you're looking to absolutely dominate lobbies, or if you're trying to level up some of these guns. I got you guys covered. If you guys enjoyed, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. It's been your boy Ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.